Welcome back to Fast Market here on the Schwab Network. Time for cash tags. For that, let's bring in our next guest. That's going to be Andy Swan, co-founder at Likefolio. Welcome back to the show, Andy.
Thank you.
All right, so we're talking Uber. I mean, the stock's pulled back about 12 bucks, hit all-time highs a few months ago. Everything is going well. Free cash flow is doing really well. They're profitable now. They had a charge last quarter. But their advertising side of the business doesn't get talked about a lot. Piper Sandler came out with a note and said it's a sleeping giant in advertising. But that's only the bonus part of, this company, right, according to your data?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, Uber has potentially a lot of bonus lines of revenue because they have a large captive audience. They have the best local logistics network in the world. They can take people anywhere. They can take items or food items anywhere. They've just really proven out a very successful model at delivering things and people on a local level. And they've pretty much dismantled the competition. I think when you look at Uber versus Lyft in terms of web visit growth, the dichotomy between the two could not be more stark. I think Uber's clearly winning in terms of what people turn to. And also from a consumer happiness standpoint, it used to be Lyft was the clear leader over Uber. People liked the Lyft experience. They had a little bit of a goofy vibe, and Uber seemed like more, straight-laced, hardcore business type of company. But, that has completely flipped. And so Uber has won the game. I think it's more about the size of the market and how quickly the market can get to driverless cars to eliminate that line item of cost for Uber, which is very substantial. But overall, this is a really, really well-run company that is the clear leader in local logistics, which is a growing field of opportunity. And I think that will continue for the next 5 to 10 years. So I really like where Uber is from a long-term perspective.
Andy, I'm going to keep this simple, and I'm going to go a little side topic here with you. Robotaxi and Uber, is it a partnership or is it competition? I'm trying to figure out whether Robotaxi is going to help them or hurt them.
Yeah, I think that is a big question. If you asked me, and you probably did 2 years ago, I would have thought Uber would be a leader in the robotaxi movement, but they seem to have given up a lot on the autonomous driving, at least internally. So I think it's going to be a partnership. The big caveat there is, we know that Tesla has that in mind, and they have by far the leading technology in terms of autonomous driving. It's getting much, much closer, I think, than people realize. They have a lot of cars on the road, and Elon Musk has stated this vision. I think in August he's going to make this vision extremely clear. And it'll be interesting to see how Uber stock reacts to that announcement. I have a feeling we're still further away than anybody thinks on this. Well, not than anybody thinks, but than the super optimists think. I think we're further away from just getting in a car that doesn't have a driver in any city in the country. That seems pretty far away, but the leaps and bounds that Tesla's making certainly makes it a potential competitor to Uber. I wouldn't be surprised to see a partnership evolve at some point. I think Uber's going to need one, and I think they're in a great spot to get one.
Yeah, at least the app. If nothing else, the app.
And
the app.
Yeah,
logistics.
Yeah,
exactly, because they have all that data. They have all the the people, consumers using their app. But Google Alphabet's Waymo unit, they just opened up driverless robotaxi service to everybody in San Francisco starting today. So if that robotaxi is here sooner than we think, they have a partnership with maybe Tesla. Tesla puts it in their own cars. They lease the technology and maybe the cars to somebody like Uber. Is that the next step for this company? Because the advertising business is actually starting to grow also. Yeah. And I don't think I think maybe a win-win for both companies here, Andy?
Yeah, I absolutely think so. I think, when we start talking about who's going to win, we're talking about a really, really big prize, and that can be sliced up in a lot of different ways. There can be multiple winners come out of a autonomous driving robo-taxi type of future. I mean, if you get to the point where people really don't need to own cars, don't need to have garages or pay for parking spots anymore, then the world's a very different place. And the companies that enable that are going to benefit in a really big way. And there can be a lot of them that do that. So I think Uber is prime position because of its logistics software. They've figured out very, very well how to be very efficient with the assets that they have on the road, and that will serve them extremely well, no matter who they have to partner with or who they have to split that pie with.
Yeah. So, Andy, if you look at this, I mentioned the stock's down about 12% from those all-time highs that we saw at the beginning of March. I mean, does this provide an opportunity based on your data and some of the charts that you had? I mean, they all looked really strong. Is this an opportunity then for this stock because they don't report earnings till that first week of August?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a great opportunity. You know, we've liked Uber for quite a while now. Anytime I see it, stock pull back from those type of highs that Uber hits, I think of it as an opportunity. 12% sounds like a good number to me. And so I think if you're patient and if you're long term, this is a fine point to start a position.
All right. Great stuff. As always, Andy, appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, that's Andy Swan, co-founder at Likefolio, breaking down the data for us on Uber. Like I said, Kevin, pretty positive data. I mean, the stocks had a good run over the last